All right, welcome YouTube. We are live. How is everybody doing tonight? Let's see who we got in the house. Christy's a little late, so she'll come in a little later. We got Doodle Squatch in the house. Brian McSurdy, welcome. I'm actually doing the show from my bedroom tonight because the kids were loud, and I'm like, I need to get someplace. So forgive the studio accoutrements. Five Hazel, hey, what's up? How are y'all doing on this Saturday night? Uh, get ready for a cold snap wherever y'all at. We're in South Louisiana, and we've had like almost 80-degree temps. And tomorrow night, Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be in the 40s and 30s. So it's like the rivers, the Pearl River, the Mississippi, a bunch of the tributaries in South Mississippi, South Louisiana, they're already starting to flood areas. If you go to MK Davis's Facebook page, he lives over in the Delta, and he's been showing a bunch of video of how high the rivers and streams are now, and it's not even spring. It's like this uncommon warm snap, unusually warm winter. Uh, I hope it doesn't get worse. Let's see. JJ says hello, Scott and Patrick. Thank you, JJ. Margaret Bridges. Hi, Scott and Patrick. Thank you for joining tonight, Margaret. Kathleen Bemis. Hello, welcome. We're just going to wait a few more minutes, see how many people we have in here tonight. I think we got 21. We're also running this. I always forget to tell folks, but since StreamYard included two destinations at one time, we're also streaming if for whatever reason you just don't like YouTube, or you can also get to the live streams that Bigfoot Explorer does at the Bigfoot Explorer group page. You can join the Explorer group page, and we're just like any other group. It's a closed group. I screen it really well. Uh, and when we do these live streams, it's streaming both to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I'm trying it out. It's saying right now we only have two people on on Facebook, and for the people on Facebook and anyone who wishes to go live on Facebook in the future, you will see like a live stream um, thumbnail and the time when it's going to go. Above that, where you write your post, there'll be a little disclaimer where if you click on that, all you have to do is give your consent, and your name will be visible, or your nickname. If you wish to remain anonymous, just don't click on that. But if you make a comment, I can't really, we can show the comment, but we can't really tell who it's from. So just that's a little bit of geekoid stuff for y'all. Um, who else we got? We got SoCal is in the house. Bigfoot and Michigan Rob. All the hellos are going back and forth to everybody in the. We got Fletch. Christy's on her way. She's en route to her home. She wanted to join via driving in the vehicle. I said, no, that might be a bit dangerous. Go ahead and just get home. Hi, lady. Pappy Two Bears. Hello. Thank y'all. This isn't going to be a big live stream here tonight. Uh, I'm working on one guy. He is from Gina, Louisiana. He's had some encounters. He's a young guy. He couldn't come on tonight. He works nights. but we're definitely going to have him on with his encounter soon. Maybe next Wednesday. But tonight I am going to let me run my banner. This is something new that StreamYard does. It lets you run a ticker down at the bottom. So this is tonight's show. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about the possibility of Bigfoot Explorer Squatch maps. That's an idea that's swirling around in my head. I wanted to get everybody's idea, opinions, comments, thoughts about if it's something that would be worthwhile, because it is very time consuming. And then we're also going to talk about the possible next mission that's going to be coming up in February. And this was both Patrick and I had the same thought really at the same time. So we'll get to that. Hope everybody's doing okay. So the idea that I'm throwing around. Here comes trouble. There she is.
Hello, I got my granddaughter with me. Say hi, everybody.
Hey.
Say wave, hi. Come on, wave.
Hey, you're on YouTube. Say hello.
You on YouTube? Say hello.
Hey, I'll give you another $1. Remember,
he said he'll give you another $1. Put the earpiece in. I got my earpiece in. Here.
Well, I can't do it.
She says I'm gonna be on TV tonight.
Yeah, you're gonna be on TV. Hey, you gotta get the youngsters in it. Hey.
Hey, hear him?
Hey. Hello. Hey, can you hear me now?
I don't want to have no reverb, but let me see if I can take off my speaker. Hold on.
Anyway, while she's getting that going, hey, can you hear us, Sci-Fi?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
How come our names aren't on there? Let's see.
Something you did.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you did. It's your fault.
It says display names on. Huh. Isn't that something?
That's Mr. Scott, and that's Mr. Patrick. Look. Huh. Come on, stop being shy. Say hi, Mr. Patrick. Oh, look, he's doing binoculars at you. He's waving. Wave to him. Come on.
Why isn't that showing?
Look. Oh, she's using my hand to wave to you. I can't see the chat room, so if anybody says hello, everybody that's in there, so I don't know.
Oh, they're just talking rancid about you.
Oh, I bet you are.
Oh, yeah, they are.
We're having some technical difficulties. The display names aren't coming out. I mean, y'all know who we are, but that kind of stuff bothers me. Why is it not showing up,
We're going to discuss that, Mr. Sweet.
Huh?
Joey Sweet. We're going to discuss that.
What he said, Joey Sweet. Where we going, Squatching? Yeah. Where we going? Where we going, Squatching next? We are going to get to that. So, without our names up there, we're just going to get going. We have an idea, or I had an idea. Patrick's a good tracker. I'm a mapper. We got Sci-Fi as the empath, and she keeps a lot of the logistics going for us. I had an idea. Patrick and I have been successful at picking certain spots literally out of a hat. And each time we did that, well, no, really 3 times now. It's been 3 times. I think 3 times. Are you drinking whiskey?
It's Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait, y'all hold on a minute then. If we're doing that, just hold on one second here.
I worked all day today. I'm trying to relax, chill.
Solo layout. Remove from stream. Oh, wait, stop cam. All right, hold on 1 minute.
Hi, Christy. How you doing?
I am doing good. I'm doing good, Patrick. How are you?
I'm chilling. It's your show now.
It's my show. What are we gonna talk about?
I don't know. Can you do puppets with the little girl? You know.
This little girl was so smart. Let me tell you, she is a little diva, aren't you?
Tell me something.
Tell you something.
Tell me.
All right. Well, no. Who is your favorite superhero? Who is it? Come on, tell them. You gotta say it loud where they can hear you.
All right, then. Let's see what we got here. Y'all keeping it going for the crew?
Yeah.
Well,
Little girl is doing anything.
since you're having a little beverage on a Saturday night, I'm gonna take my wild turkey deal. Listen to this.
Oh yeah.
Every time you open it, watch. And it gobbles
That's
too.
cool.
Anyway, having a nice frosty beverage. Patrick's got the Captain Morgan.
Cheers.
Sci-Fi's got the granddaughter. Cheers, buddy. This is cheers to Bigfoot Michigan Rob as well.
Yeah, Bigfoot Michigan Rob. He can't hear.
There you go. Yep.
All right, so let's get back to it. Night shows. Huh?
You're talking about our success in mapping.
Oh yeah. So
Right to
we've had success. Patrick started the criteria, and we've added on to it. And really and truly, both of us study aerial maps well. I've got a bit more resources to utilize and put a little bit more into it to add on to his successful scouting. And what's crazy is 3 times that we've studied those maps, and the criteria. Say your criteria where you started out. This is the criteria that Patrick started out. We actually did a show on this way back.
Well, I started out with criteria. Of course, we learn as we succeed more, and of course, more criteria has been added. But primarily, it's absence of man. It's the it's to have an area to retreat to, and to have a safe place, and elevation, high ground.
Yeah,
I think Scott came up with that
too.
And water. You got to have water and game resources.
Yeah. I think we
And-
said 4. We said absence of man, contiguous forest land, water, elevation, and there was another one. I put in elevation and habitat diversity.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, habitat diversity, in an area with all these 4 criteria that we just said, if you can find an area where the habitat is diverse, meaning it changes. So one might be a clear cut. Then on one side of the clear cut, it might be all hardwood pine. Then on another side, you've got pulpwood stand. And then towards the bottom, you got a creek going through it. And you've got mature hardwoods or bottomland. All of that creates what we call habitat diversity.
There's one other thing I noticed.
What?
When it comes to criteria. So cute. When it comes to criteria, there's one thing I noticed. They like to have a barrier. They like to have a barrier of water and the high ground between man's access and where there's feeling safe.
Yeah.
They like
Yeah.
to have a barrier, particularly on two sides.
Sasquatch buffer is what we'll call it. Really,
Yeah.
Let me fix this.
it's a buffer zone for them.
I've been meaning to talk about it. I noticed it this last trip,
Yeah,
and that's something that needs to be added.
yeah. It always seems that that's there. So utilizing those 4, 5, 6 criteria, we study aerial maps, and
We
then
need to write that down.
yeah, I know we do. I thought I had a pen. I'll get them down. Excuse me. So what I thought about doing is, I know not all 32 people who are on here tonight. I'm hoping more people watch the video so I can get some feedback. But I'm thinking about creating Bigfoot Explorer, and they're called Squatch maps, and they would be for anybody. Priced very reasonable, $5 to $10 or something like that. Really, all that is to cover the time on the maps and anything else that goes towards missions. But we would create for you a custom map that includes an aerial map and a topo map with all the features on it. Features again are, they could be natural or they can be man-made features. Man-made features are homes and buildings and bridges. Natural features are streams, natural trails, rivers, lakes, forest land. These are all called features in the mapping world. So we would put all that data on it, but we would look at your specific area and we would put our minds together and give you some ideas on where we think you should go scout.
And it'll be confidential.
Yes, totally and completely confidential. Now, I tried this endeavor years ago with my hand at doing mapping work, and I was a bit too ambitious. And I had a really good product, which some of y'all have seen it in some of my videos. I have a tablet up on my the dash on the window in the car, and I use that mapping system. It's all offline, so it's like hundreds and hundreds of acres offline with aerial data. How do you do that? Because I mean, you usually need cell data. So I'm able to do that offline. I came up with the workflow, the idea of it on a project I was doing at LSU for the 911 addressing efforts in North and Central Louisiana. They needed something to be able to input data on the project. So I wanted to put that out and sell maps and this, that, and the other. And I just didn't have the marketing. I didn't have the money to put it out there, get it out there. So, you know, the capability is there. So being that that was a little bit more ambitious, I realized that not everybody is savvy with tech. And we can get around that. The most novice of person would be able to use these Squatch maps because the Squatch map itself will be a PDF map. So let me put this on screen and you can get a better idea of what that is. Hold on 1 minute. Let's do share screen. Chrome tab, Bigfoot Explorer, share. So this is my website. I just made a page for it. If y'all would like to go read it, go to bigfootexplorer.com and go to the mapping section. But so if we scroll down a little bit, y'all can still see, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the more ambitious map that I use for scouting. I wouldn't expect anyone to. So this is the product. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read this. So this is what you would get. Map data plotted on both aerial and topo maps in one single PDF file. Everybody's got a PDF reader on their phones and on their computers. Usually it's Adobe Acrobat free reader. The PDF itself will be 11 by 17 inch PDF map file, which would be digital. You'd receive it in an email, and it would encompass your custom areas for you to study and analyze that map on any computer or mobile device. The PDF file will also be printable from any PDF related softwares such as Acrobat Reader. So you could print these out on like 11 by 17 and it'd be a nice size map. You will also receive a list of the clickable points of interest. That's what POI means. And the waypoint hyperlinks. So as we analyze your area and we come up with spots for you to go scout and look at and pay attention to, we're going to put waypoints there. And so that'll be on the PDF map itself. But then I'll also send you a hyperlinks document where you'll be able to click on each one of those and it will bring up Google Maps and bring you to that point. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is, and the reason why I'm doing this way is that it's really idiot proof. It's totally dummy proof. Anybody can do it, from someone who really don't even know how to turn on a computer. You know, if they got their phone, I know they know how to open something from an email. They could look at it. To the more advanced folks who are dealing with mapping software, mapping apps, and things of that nature. So that's what you would get. So when we say map data, what are you getting? So you're getting land owner information. So you'll be able to see all the landowners around you and their boundaries. Of course, you'll have the contours and the elevation. Same thing, really. State government lands, similar to national forests, state parks, wildlife management areas, BLM lands, Department of Interior lands, roads, rivers, creeks, and streams, cities and towns, recreation sites, hiking trails, and we'll go a step further. If you want to work with me and you want some measurements, some line measurements on your map, or some area acreages actually plotted on the map, then I'll get with you and we can draw up on that map any areas that you want to delineate. For example, I might circle an area with like an orange shading that says this is upland pine stand. Then we'd shade another area in like a reddish, and then that might be the bottomland area. So those things are very awesome to have visually, really quick to be able to look at when you go out in the woods. So these are two examples of both the maps that will be in the PDF file. So, you know, I'll put my logos. We'll put a general name on it. Like this is the Kasashy. It's just an area. This was just a sample of anywhere in the Kasashy National Forest. I put a few points there. Chi Bay area. That's where this is at. This is near this bay. And so we can write anything on here that you want, but that's kind of the standard format. And then this is a closer look at the map in Adobe Acrobat. So both maps in one PDF file shown in Adobe Acrobat Reader for desktop. So you can see here's the aerial and here's the topo. And you can see the map shows, and you'd be able to zoom in here and look around and stuff. And see how I have a little waypoint here of a Sasquatch. That'd be a place for you to go scout out. This might be something where you wanted to put a gate. This is a campground, so I put those. So that's kind of the gist of it, you know. And I guess what go?
Well, we would have to really organize our thoughts on icons because
Yeah.
a lot of the places I pick, is where the Squatch's feet should be. It doesn't necessarily mean that has to be where I'm going to be. It means as long as I'm within a quarter mile of it and I can knock into the area or yell into the area. So we need to come up with some, icons, this is where your feet should be, or this is where their feet should be.
Yeah. Yeah, we
we
definitely can do that. So we'd put waypoints on where Squatch areas are, and then we'd also put waypoints on where we think you need to be for safety, to have an out, to have high ground, things of that nature. So it's really us putting together what we do on a mission for anybody who would like to have something like that. Go.
And it's a very small fee, and it really it's not like you can get rich doing something like it. Really, it's just because websites cost money to run, equipment costs money, and really
it cost me $140 for 6 months to run my website. So and I mean that's really good. I mean that's doable. But that's not all the time that I've put into it to make it look the way it did.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. And if you don't know, that's where the cost comes in, where people want their website designed to look a certain way. That's big bucks. So I had the savvy to know how I wanted it to look, and I'm basically just paying for the service to have it out on the World Wide Web.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a great idea. This first I've heard tonight. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And it gets more boots on the ground,
more confidence for people to feel like they're not wasting their time when they're there.
Yeah.
And we would like say this could actually be a program. For everybody who gets a map, we're going to take your name, your number, your email, and we're going to have you, as you start to go out and research or scout or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be researching. We want to know what you find, what you hear, and we want to put behind this added benefits. Meaning, if you have success out there, then we want to hear about it, and that would be great to do shows on. People could come on and say, "Hey, you made me a map. I went to this area. This is what happened." So not only would it be evidence proving the theory of the 6 criteria to find Squatch that we use here in the South, it would also be entertainment because people are hearing not only an encounter or a sighting or something that they found, but it's all based off of what we did, and I think that would be really cool. Go ahead.
When it comes to investigations and how you handle the information given, when you get an area and you say, okay, this is where we believe that this is where they're hanging out at, we'll go in, and to be successful, I go in tracking.
Yeah.
I go in tracking, and I just, and so you may have to gain that skill or learn maybe up your game a little bit.
Well, hey, listen, what if you wrote up a little document on, it doesn't even have to be a book or anything, but you wrote up a short, bulletproof brainstorming how to, when it comes to tracking, from Patrick Vaughn, and everybody who orders a map, they get that document as well.
Well, there's online sources called The Art of Looking.
Yeah, The Art of Looking.
That can tell you, it can put you on the path, but getting out and getting on the ground, and I know this from primitive survival skills, I got a lot of guys that read a lot of books about a lot of primitive survival stuff. You can live without air for 3 minutes. You can go without water for 3 days. You can go without food for 3 weeks. You know, it is all applicable in the area you're in. Because if you're in the Sahara Desert, you're not going 3 days without water. You know what I mean? So every area has its own applicable how you approach it.
How you approach it. Each place is different, right? So, and let's get back there just 1 minute, because I'm striking the fire while it's hot. Brian McSurdy says he's so in on this. Hook me up. Cool. So what does everybody else think of? Okay, will it work for Canada? Will it work? Damn, boy, I never thought about that.
Well, you got it.
I'm in Canada, you Canuck. Fletch. Let me get back to you on that, because I think it will. I'm not sure. I've got to check out, because I use a paid subscriptive deal. It's about $120 a year. It's a professional software deal. Plus, you got to buy the software. And we just always have done projects that work in the States, and I'm not sure if we can do it international or even Canada. But I'll look into that, because I know there's a lot of folks in Canada that would like this deal. Yeah, just like Cryptidville said, every place and scenario is different, but that would be part of. I mean, I realize that we're basing it off the South, but the feature data that we use for studying mapping is all across wherever you are. Elevation and contour data. You can easily find out species of trees that are growing for your local area. Creeks and streams are all mapped out. So really and truly, I hypothesize that the same criteria that we use here would also work in anywhere else. Sure, the flora, the fauna, forestry, things are different. Food sources are different, but the land itself is not. Go ahead, Patrico.
Well, what you're really discussing is the generic behavior of the species of animal that we were discussing. Yeah. That's really what you're getting into. And, you know, I have a puzzle here that I put together for my geographic area, and I have different puzzles for every geographic area that we go to. And they have personal tendencies and behaviors, but in general, as a species, they still want a vast amount of land with absence of man, elevation. They want a buffer between them and you. But here's the thing, you know, I don't know if this will be different around here. They'll want to be back away, but they also want to be able to study you.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I don't know.
The more there is data out there that shows every scenario and variation from different nature. The problem is putting it all in one place. Well, sure it is. Putting it all in one place for the masses, that is a massive endeavor to do, because I come from that side. We build mapping platforms. Like I worked for the city of Hammond. Part of my job duties was to come up with a web mapping application that housed all the data that the city used. So that included zoning, that included flood, streets, 911, addressing, just a bunch of things. And that's what GIS is all about. It's called Geographic Information Systems. So you're literally taking data, which is really and truly both man-made and natural features, and you are collecting it in a way to serve a certain avenue. 911 and addressing. Their GIS will be way different than the sheriff's office. It'll be different from the conservation agencies who are focusing on flooding, marshes, salinity, just a bunch of different factors. And gathering that data is unbelievable because what you see visually underneath embedded in that data is what we call attribute data. So there's like a spreadsheet with all kind of different bits of information. So let's say, for example, a road. Its attributes will be, okay, is this a highway? Is this a state highway? Is this an interstate? Is this a turnpike? Is this a toll area? Uh, blah, blah, blah. So you would label that, right? And of course, like highway number 18, 21, 31. That'd be in another column. Then you'd have width of road. How many lanes? Is that road paved? Is it rock? Is it unimproved? So you'd have that data in there. You might have data in there that says when it was last worked on in a certain area, construction data. So it's very powerful, and I would love to collaborate with anybody, really, on getting something like this that is totally available for the masses, but it's beyond this guy to do all of it. You need a seasoned team of statewide agencies, federal agencies, which we both know working with them seems to be a very wishy-washy type deal because, and we're going into another show here talking about whether they know that the creatures are out there or whether they don't or they do, blah blah blah. So you guys, would y'all be interested in that? Would anybody be interested in scouting Bigfoot Explorer scouting Squatch maps?
Does this mean you're going to start charging me $5?
No. I might not even charge starting out. I might just want to get. I just might want to get information, not on your area. I don't care about that. I want to know how many other people have success with how we're doing it. That's what I want to know. And then I also want to know, of course, what was it that they got? Did they get vocals? Did they find tracks?
Well, that'd definitely be a proof positive thing for what we've been doing.
Yeah, because then I could make a form on my website, and for people who have had a map made, we can have them go down the list and input things that they found, what they found, when they found it. It was high on the ridge. It was in the bottomland. It was tracks, vocals at 3 o'clock in the morning. We could compile all that data and they could send it straight into me and I would get it. And we could start a database. We literally could start a database based on the success of the 6 criteria for scouting for Sasquatch. That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be incredible, especially if it was working for people that we made the maps for.
Oh yeah, yeah. If they could go in and just put their eyes on the ground and go in south and looking on the creek banks and find tracks, or use single knock theory, whatever.
Thanks, Pappy. That sounds good. McSurdy said he likes the idea. Gordo Cooper, he says he likes the idea. Cleaning and Sasquatch learning at the same time. Did anybody else have any questions about this or have anything else to really? Robert D. Yes, I am saying both the local and federal government systems cannot be trusted. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, Lady in the Woods says absolutely. Awesome. Matt Niven, he wants the poop slinger. Not sure what the poop slinger means, but we'll go ahead and advocate for you, the old one eye. Bigfoot Michigan Rob, he likes the idea. Yes. Let's see. Brian, he again says for the third time he's in 100%. And the way we'll work this, the way we'll start working this is basically just go to my site. Here, let's do this. Let's go to banners. We'll put this on hide. We'll put this. Eh, let's see. Let's do this. My email address is going to be on the ticker in just a minute. Forgive me, guys. Okay. So there it goes. SJ Owens at BigfootExplorer.com. You can, if you forget this on the show, another way to find my email, all you got to remember is Bigfoot Explorer with an X, not E.com. Go to the contact page. My email is there. Also, if many of y'all do not already know, but on most people's YouTube page, if you go to their about section, like go to their actual page, go to their about section where they tell you what the channel's about. I also have my email address there. If you want to talk about it a little bit more, just contact me. I know Scott Owens. Look up Scott Owens in River Ridge on Facebook. Send me an instant message and we can chat more about it. But hey, I'm all game for doing this because I love I love using the mapping aspect of it and the fact that Patrick's kind of boots on the ground for tracking and looking around. You know, we all got some woods background, whether it be hunting and fishing. Putting something together by starting out, think of the big picture. It's not just a map. It's starting to compile data from people that I'm not going to say we can pattern a Squatch. That's going too far. But we can say is that there is a really good possibility that our maps will get you in the general vicinity of an area where we really do think Squatch will be. And then you could go ahead. It's taking the guessing game out because that's got to be frustrating to a lot of researchers, a lot of people who want to get into it and just go into the middle of a wildlife management area or a federal national forest, and they just, well, where do I stop? So they just stop on a road and just go walk in the woods. And it's like, nah. I mean, there are sections of the Homachita National Forest that are 20, 30, 40 miles square of just upland, loblolly pine forest with thick undergrowth. And it takes you a while to drive through it. Squatch may use any part of that area to travel through. Do I think they're hanging in that? No. My opinion is I don't think they're hanging and living in that 100% of the time. I think it's all about the 6 criteria we use, habitat diversity. I mean, it's a bunch of things. But if you're a deer hunter, and Patrick's a deer hunter, people learn to pattern deer by a bunch of different ways. Okay, their stomachs, their instincts to evade predators, food source, mating. It's a bunch of different things that you can start out. Well, let's put all of our heads together and try to figure those things out. And this could be a start to a stepping stone to getting to a position where maybe we can start having a really good theory about how to pattern them. It's got to start somewhere. Patrick's feeling no pain. I can't hear you. Oh, he's doing this.
Hey, hey, look at my granddaughter. Do it again. Watch her.
Yeah, there it is.
I trained her well.
It's the Bigfoot Explorer stickers.
Well, it's definitely, I believe we could definitely
Who did you get bag of chips?
I believe we could definitely give a good point of reference for investigation and where to start at. I really do. We've been, it's not, well, I'm going to point out, yeah, it's been 3 expeditions, but it's just not 3 expeditions. It's in every area we go to in those investigations.
I can't believe I can't believe it. I still can't believe it, really.
Now, if you remember when I was talking about when my tracker partner, I went to Arkansas, and you said, everybody said, I can't believe you just went to the spot.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Now you're behind it, and so I'm like, man, I'm behind it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think we give a great reference point for someone that wants to get out and start. But I definitely would recommend the art of looking.
The art of looking, that's awesome. You're right, Cryptidville. A lot of folks just don't know how to put the pieces together when it comes to mapping. And look, you don't have to be a wizard. Any questions that you guys have, feel free. Really and truly, people got to get off their asses. That's the biggest thing. Join us in what we're doing. This is also a way that you can be a correspondent for Bigfoot Explorer with what you're doing, because we want your data. We don't want to know where your areas are, but we want your data. We want to know that the maps that we made you, you've had some sort of success with some kind of evidence, whether it's really good structures, not branches. I'm not going there. Structures, really good structures that are unexplainable, tracks, smells, sightings, of course, encounters. What else?
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, that's what the captain will do.
What I was going to say was what I actually had in mind to say when I did that is, how real does an investigative team have to be to say, hey, we'll put you in a good reference point for you to go out and do what we're doing with the same success? Who out there is doing that? I haven't
nobody
seen
that I know.
There may be, but I don't know anybody that's saying, hey, we're so real about what we're doing, and we're so honest about what we're doing and about what we present.
Go try what we're doing.
Yeah. And so I think that's awesome. I like it.
Yeah. I thought about it, and it's just like, well, maybe people don't know how to get started. Mm-hmm. And really and truly, if they can get started while they're on the toilet with their cell phone, with the PDF map, they might say, man, I'm
guilty.
I'm gonna go right up there on the mountain and go check this out. Hey, we're all guilty of cell phone throne viewing,
It's not an easy task to do. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of effort in what we do as a team.
It is.
And one day I'm gonna be in it.
Yep.
My little Sasquatcher.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Lady said, Lady's real too. We know you're real and honest.
But like to eat chips, right?
We're 100%.
We're not saying that nobody is real and honest, but what we're trying to say is, let's share a little bit of how and what we do and see if it works for other people. Not only is it a start for them, Uh, it's a way to visualize things that you may not have done before from above. Um, and then it's going to help Bigfoot Explorer with the data that you report back to us on, whether you found anything. So I think it's a win-win for everybody, if you ask me.
Hey,
plus it'll just be fun, man. It'll just be fun. It'll get people wanting to talk to one another.
Lady in the Woods?
Yeah.
I did this for 16 years without any gadgets and had my own personal experiences and could talk about them. It don't take gadgets. It just takes you getting out and putting boots on the ground and experiencing it and saying, and coming back saying, hey, this is what happened, you know?
Hey, lady, building upon what he said, you won't need any gadget with this map. If you can open a PDF map, which is across the board, it's usually on all the phones. There is a PDF type app to open that document. Usually, if you're on desktop or laptop, you have something that's going to open a PDF, and that's it. You can just look at it. You can print it out. There's no gadgets involved. It's starting back to old school. Either you can bring your cell phone with the PDF on it and look at it and zoom in while you're on the ground. Okay. Now, this isn't a GPS app. This is just a dummy document with a view from above, all the mapping features already on it, and your custom spots that we view and we pick out for you to go scout. That's all that is. Or simply print it out at home, fold it up, and go out in the woods with it. I got a north arrow on it. All you got to do is bring a compass, old style, head north, and then look at that mission where StreamYard does that every time.
Repeat that. You froze up, please.
Yeah, it's the StreamYard intermission. It for every show there's a gap like that. It happens on all three of our no, it didn't happen to y'all?
Not us.
Yeah, well then it's happening on me. Okay. We've talked about the mapping deal. Just to reiterate, they're going to be called Squatch maps. If you're interested in working with us in finding you areas to scout and would like one, send me an email at it's down on the bottom in the ticker, sjowens@bigfootexplorer.com. Or you can visit my website, bigfootexplorer.com, go to the mapping section and read a little bit more about what we've discussed here, what you get. And just send me an email. We can start it up. And I'll probably do like the first batches, just getting started. I'll probably do free maps for a little while. So jump on the chance now. Moving on to the next bit of information. Okay. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. Let's see. Chrome. There it is. So this we're probably 60 to 80% in on this Falk Monster Camp Out 2020, put on by Keith Crabtree, Southern Bigfoot Alliance, and the Night Callers Bigfoot Radio. They're going to be putting this on. I think both Patrick and I came up with an idea, and I'm going to show you a map in just a minute. Right next to the actual location of where they're having this is going to be held at Alex Smith Park in Miller County, Arkansas, approximately about maybe 10 miles west of Falk. You can also do a search on Facebook for Alex Smith Park, Arkansas. Just do a search, and it'll come up, and you can go look at their page, like the page, follow it. You can get an idea of what the little park is about. Sci-Fi's been there with Lady in the Woods when they had their shindig not too long ago. There's no power though. There's no power. I think they got. You said they had what?
Restrooms,
and that's it. Showers or
no showers. I don't know. You'd have to ask Lady.
Yeah.
Hey, Lady, do they have restrooms in there?
Apparently, they've been doing a lot of work on it to try to get it back on. But no, if you want to plan to go to this thing, that there's no power whatsoever, and there's just restrooms. And you can imagine what the restrooms look like in Miller County, in the middle of nowhere, where it's not really funded well. So just
it's probably brand new.
We'll have to see. Personally, I'm bringing my own bucket. That, and I'm bringing my shittings. My bucket and shittings, and I'll be fine. I won't need to set foot in no damn restroom.
I'm bringing myself and my teeth.
So, and you'd also have to have your anything. This is happening on the 28th, 29th. No, the 29th. God damn it.
No, the 28th, 29th, 30th, and the 1st. I think. 29th and the 1st. I'm sorry, there's no 30 days in February.
It's February 28th through March 1st. So it's that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That is the Fouke Bigfoot campout. That's when it's going to be. What we're thinking about doing is, let me go ahead and get rid of this and pull this other one up. Share screen. So you can see right here, this is Fouke. Okay. So as the crow flies, let's see how far it is from Fouke. Measure distance. So we'll go from here to Smith Park. Oh, it's roughly about 8 miles. So that's straight though. That's straight line as the crow flies. So you might have to weave around on some of the roads. But here's Fouke. Here's Smith Park. So let's turn on the aerial, and y'all can get an idea for what Smith Park looks like. Can y'all see it on screen?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is basically it. You come up this road, there's an old basketball court or old home site. Come back in here, and this is where you camp, all back up in here. And it's right here on Smith Lake. And if you look at all this, this is all flooded bottomlands. It's right there on the Sulphur River. But let me go ahead. Wait, me come out of here and turn this back on. Right here is the Sulphur River State Wildlife Management Area. And that is, it's about 2 miles away. Okay. So our idea is we're going to go up here for this camp out and do a social and stuff. But at night or during the day, we're going to probably come over to Sulphur River State Wildlife Management Area. And I'm going to do my mapping wizardry here. I'm going to get the aerials out and start looking. First, we got to find access, like stuff like this, trying to get into it. Here's some stuff where we can walk. Here's some things down here. You know, I'm just throwing out here, but we got this whole area to play around with.
What is that creek right there?
Hold on. Let me find.
Probably Mercer Bayou.
Mercer Bayou? Yeah, okay. He always follows the creek.
Where's Boggy? Where's Boggy at? How far?
Boggy Creek is right here. So if we do this, hold on. You can't really see it. You see Boggy Creek right here?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, a
Boggy
little
Creek.
bit. How far is that from the state park?
Oh, this is just right south of Fouke. But if you watch it, this is Boggy. This is Fouke. We're following Boggy. Boggy. Now let's see where Boggy goes from there. There's Boggy Creek. Boggy Creek keeps going, and it runs into, what is that? What is this?
Oh, shit.
I don't know what this is. Google's not telling us what this is. What
I think that's Mercer.
Well, it's either Days Creek or Spring Branch. See, there's Crabtree Lake, and here's Days Creek. So, there's a reason why it was called the Fouke Monster. Boggy Creek goes from here east, goes south of the town, and it peters out just east of the town. Okay? So that's what you're looking at. This is Boggy Creek. But look where it goes into. Okay? It goes into this big tributary. This tributary comes down. Damn it. Comes into the Sulphur River bottoms. We've all heard of the Sulphur River bottoms. It's near the Sulphur River State Wildlife Management Area. And then here's Smith Park. So you're in a travel corridor of these creatures. I mean, they don't just stay on Boggy Creek, So, but we're going to do a Bigfoot Explorer show. It's going to be a combination of meeting folks, saying hello, having a good time. And then it's also going to be us going out at night doing what we do. See if we can get any responses, look for tracks, evidence. Go ahead, Patrico.
I read a report of a sighting. I think where that major highway that comes through crosses Boggy Creek.
Yeah.
There was a report of a sighting right there. I'm not sure how long ago, if that was during the Boggy Creek. I didn't look at the date on it.
Right. So is anybody in the chat room? Did y'all know about this Sasquatch camp out near Fouke? And how many of y'all are going? Let's see if anybody in our crew is going. It doesn't look like it yet. So you think you're going to be able to go? Because I know you got a bunch of other things going on the weekend before or something, huh?
Yeah, I got a primitive survival camp going on the weekend before this, but I'm working a lot of weekends till then. I'm really hoping to take some vacation day for that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Fouke camp out, and I'm pretty sure I can make that one. Worst case scenario, I'll show up Saturday at my primitive encampment.
February 28th through March 1st, Andy. February 28th through March 1st at Alex Smith Park in Miller County, Arkansas, approximately 8 miles west of the town of Fouke.
It is on your Facebook group.
You can go to my Facebook group, Bigfoot Explorer Facebook group with an X, and someone had posted it there.
Randy Edwards, I think.
Do you think we'll go live from the campground?
I doubt it. Miller County.
He's got the frights. He froze.
That's 4. It's back now. Yeah, Miller County's a poor county. I don't know. But didn't you call me though from there, Sci-Fi? Did you have good bars though? No. Yeah. I remember it being sketchy. So it was sketchy just to chat on the phone. So
text message was about the only thing I was able to get through.
Yeah, text messages.
And Messenger worked a little bit.
Yeah. Tony, I wish you could go too, brother.
Well, it ought to be interesting to be able to get up there, and I'm not in. I really don't have any experience in this community. I'm from another community, and so it should be interesting to be able to go up there and meet people and see what goes on at one of these things. I've never been to one.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, Patrick. When I met Lady in the Woods and Pat and Joe and Martha and Ramona, good people. Down to earth. I've been meeting a lot of people in the community. That's awesome.
Well, we'll be able to wake up in the morning and socialize, and then be out that afternoon and track and scout and set up for night investigations. It ought to be a fun but very busy. It's going to be like what we're doing, but we're just going to wake up in the morning in a community right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna have, I believe, a pig roast. They're gonna have like a fire, and people are gonna be sitting down telling their stories. That's what I want to enjoy. Sit by the campfire and just talk.
Yep, Crabtree will be there. Night Callers. Go check out just do a search for Night Caller Radio on YouTube and check out their channel. I enjoy their channel. And SBA, Southern Bigfoot Alliance. Go check that out. They're putting it on. So what exactly they're going to have, I've yet to see an itinerary list or document with like what's going to happen each day, or there may not be one. It just might be, hey, we're putting it out there. Come join us just for a fun night of whatever, meet and greet. So we'll see. Yeah, 5 Hazel said it right. Hope there's good weather. Yeah, because we're all intense. I mean, we're all going to be intense. A bunch of us going to be intense. I'm sure there'll be some people. They might even bring their RVs and all that, but there's no power there.
Are you allowed to have fire?
Yeah. Yeah. And I know damn well you're not bringing that tent that we used for the experiment because we just ripped it up.
No, I'll be in a primitive shelter.
That'll work.
You gonna put your towel over your thing and sleep underneath your towel?
Are you talking about a loincloth?
Yeah, you loincloth.
I will not be wearing a loincloth. That's the weekend before that.
Yeah.
Tarzan.
Nobody in Florida can a loincloth, believe me.
Patrick Zan.
Yeah, and I'm guarantee you don't want anybody to take a picture of that because that'd be good blackmail material,
Oh yeah.
Well, it'd be bad. Only 3 maps where I'll expose what was exposed.
Well, fans, that's all I really have tonight. The floor is really open. If anybody want to ask, has any questions, Patrick, me, or Sci-Fi on any topic, just open round table. It's 9:30. If y'all want to go for a little bit longer, we can. If people start falling off out of the chat room, then we'll just go ahead and end it.
How many people we got in the chat room?
Only 46.
That's good. That's a lot of people.
Matt, I've actually done that.
What he said?
Bottle of rum and sleep where you fall. Wait, Patrick has told me that story. He woke up in a snowbank.
Yeah.
Where in the hell am I?
Just south of Kansas at a Primitive Doings. It was
What are you doing?
It's about 11 degrees with 3 foot of snow.
Oh gosh!
And I just won a shooting contest and had a lot of classes and I was partying a little too hard and I know I went and fell asleep in the middle. I woke up in a snowbank. I don't know how. I woke up. The moon's out. The wind's blowing. The white snow everywhere.
Oh my God! The giblets must have been numb, huh?
I don't know. I wasn't feeling anything.
Oh my God! Alcohol, dude. That's the only way you can survive is if you just pass out on alcohol.
I woke up a little cold. I did.
JJ says it's better than falling in the fire. JJ, one time it was so cold, it was rainy, and it was about 28 degrees. We were camping out, and I was getting so close to the fire to stay warm, you know, and we're sitting in chairs, your feet are down in front of you, and well, the next morning, couldn't wait to get out of it. It froze our butts off. I put on my boots. And I'm starting to walk, and it feels like I'm in mud. If anybody knows how it feels to walk in soft, wet mud, like you're sliding,
yeah.
And then my boots felt heavy. So I'm like, so I looked down, and we were literally on grass and pine needles. There was no mud anywhere. But when I looked at my boot, the bottom of my boot was like the size of a Bigfoot cast with pine needles in it. What happened was I was getting so close to the fire that the fire melted the soles of my boots. And then when I would get up to go take a leak, all the leaves and the pine needles and all got melted into it. And then, of course, I'd go sit back down and it would cool. So I ruined this pair of boots. It was a pair of $350 Rocky boots. Anyway, that was funny.
Yeah. Well, I relaxed a little too much, I guess. Around the fire.
Yeah.
But around Bigfoot Explorer, I really keep it. It's just the real safety aspect of it.
Right. Ruger Ridge has got a question. Okay, good camcorder under $300. I'm going to answer that right here. We're going to do it together. Now, you don't have to buy here, but it's an excellent site to do your research. Okay, and we are going to go into that right now. And I'm going to give you my 2 cents about it. Load a high. Price range we're going to do, let's do $250 to $350. Let me go ahead and share this real quick.
Can you find one with just one button?
All right, Ruger Ridge and anybody else. Now look, the Canon, there's nothing wrong with any real camcorder in the 250 to 350.
You gotta learn how to ride a bike without training wheels.
I'm not big on the Canons just because I don't like their menu systems. A lot of stuff is buried in the menu systems. Now, as far as the hardware, I mean, they're all going to be very close. Let me look through these. I'm more a Panasonic guy and a Sony guy. Let's see what they have first. This is all they have in the 250 to 350 range. This little Zoom Q8 is not bad. I've heard good things about that. This is the twin camera. So if y'all have seen my videos, And you notice how my face comes in the bottom left corner when I turn that on. If you look at this is a camera right here that you can turn on. You just spin it and it turns on and it sees me and what's in front of you. It's a twin camera. I'd recommend this little camera, Panasonic HCW. Don't worry about the HC. Just go buy the W580K for $349. You can go back on this video later and pause it. I would recommend that camera. This is a good little camera. Zoom is the company that makes all the audio recorders that are very good that I use myself. But what's nice about it is it has the same audio mics that their professional Zoom audio recorders have. So this would be great for audio. Here's some different photos. And this is very small. It's smaller than the form factor cams that we just showed. Y'all can go through that. Zoom Q8, handy recorder. The Panasonic 580K, I recommend. JVC, stay away from. Panasonic. And, if you want a Canon, that's fine. I just don't like the menus when you want
Your brother's still up?
Fool with things.
Jeez, he should be going to bed.
That's that.
We see you later.
On the set.
I'm going to mute her. Do we have any other questions on camcorders or tech or anything like that? Let's see.
What tin are you bringing? Are you bringing your little fly?
Well, this one's going to need somewhere to stay, and I'm probably going to bring. I have a big 10 by 10 canvas spring bar tent. If we're going to be in the elements for 3 days straight, we just lucked out when we did what we did that it didn't rain, because it could have been miserable for us, Patrick. So I'm probably going to bring a 10 by 10 canvas spring bar tent and bring my cot. Boots on the ground with Barb. What do you think about IR on the camcorder? IR is questionable with a lot of researchers. Bigfoot can see IR. Turn off. Yes, we know this, but I prefer a camcorder with infrared on it. Not only that, I purchase external infrared torch lights to outperform the infrared emitter that comes standard on the camcorder that you buy. So all the IR filter is that, like, you have a square sensor in the camcorder, and there's a filter that just goes down in front of it, and it allows the infrared light in, and then you have an emitter that's at the bottom right of the camera. It's about the size of the end of a pencil, and it throws out a little stream of IR light. It's a little glowing. It's not bright. It's not really visible. I mean, you can see it if you're right on it, but it's more of a glowing kind of globe, little red light or orange, and that's good. The onboard camera, the onboard infrared emitter, you really are going to be pigeonholed to probably about 10 to 15 yards, and that's it. The one I have right now is an external one, and you can get external ones that you hold in your hand like a flashlight, and just use the flashlight and your camera. I mean, they sell them, and they work great. All you need is an IR capable camcorder. The one that I got is a Panasonic external emitter. I think it's 9 emitters. And Sci-Fi and I did a test. It's good, barely out to 30 yards. And that's what y'all see on my videos. When the night vision's on, that's about as far as I can see. But I've contacted a guy. I think his name's Jason too. If he's only on Facebook, it's called Deadlights LLC. He is a huge paranormal guy, like ghost hunter. He hand builds the best external camera mountable infrared lights. And he's so sought after that I put my order in last April, and he just contacted me, I think last Sunday, and said, I'm getting ready to start building yours. They're very pricey. They're about $250. You also need batteries. But you'll be able to see. Wait, do I have that? Let me show you this real quick. Let me see if I can bring it up. Here it is, Deadlight. So this is what you can expect. StreamYard. Boom. We're going to share. Chrome tab. Share. Y'all seeing this?
What kind of experiments do you think we should do down there?
Oh, shit. Excuse my language, fans. I did the wrong one. I don't know. We're going to have to come up with some new ideas. Image. All right. Are y'all seeing that now? Yeah. So this is the infrared light that he builds. I mean, this is massive. He said it'll easily light up 50 to 60, even 70 yards. Let me see if they got a picture of the light itself.
Does that go on your camera?
Yeah, it's camera mountable. Which the damn light's going to be as big as my camera.
double the load, man.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we can get a hat mount for it.
Need something.
He's gonna look like a robot.
So this isn't really a good picture. I can't zoom in on it, but this is it. This big light. It's kind of like a half moon, and all of these are the infrared emitters. So really, truly, the big thing with IR is just how far the camera by itself can throw the light. And that doesn't matter. Don't worry about that, because this is $195, but I've seen IR flashlights that are just as good, that'll go out to about 30 yards, 20 or 30 yards. And it would be better than the onboard IR emitter light. So that answers that question. I hope that answers her question. Do you think gimbal stabilizers are worth investing in? Let me tell you what. I do. Why? Because I can sit and watch a stabilized image of somebody walking through the woods. Somebody that I know could have the best area for Sasquatch. And if they're walking all over like this, and you're watching this, and it's going all over with the walk, I can't watch it. I turn it off. I try to, and I can't do it. camcorder that I have. Let me bring that up now. The camcorder that I have. Shit. Is the Panasonic WXF1, and the reason why I bring this up is because it has what's called 5-axis stabilization on it already. It's really good. The stabilization, y'all have watched my videos. Do y'all get sick? I mean, sometimes I pan the camera a little too fast, and I realize that, and I'm always trying to be cognizant of how I'm doing that. I have a pistol grip handle that comes underneath here where I can hold it just like a pistol, and then I hold it nice and I just walk. And with the onboard stabilization in the camera itself, and me being cognizant of how I walk and be a little steady, that's all you need. So a lot of these stabilizers that are out there are very expensive. They're just as expensive as a camera. The good ones are. So me, I would just buy the whole package. That's why I bought this, because it's a great camera, great resolution. It looks great on YouTube. It's got the infrared light on it. It's got a hot shoe on it where I can attach all my gadgets to the top of it, like the external infrared light and my external audio mic. And down here, do they have a picture of the underneath side? I doubt it. But it's a great little camera. I love it to death. So, but if you have a phone, if you don't want to spend for anything and you want to use your phone, I think a stabilizer for those phones are decent. I hope that answers your question. Crow Creek cryptids, that's exactly what we don't want. Just mount it to a hard hat and go. Thanks. I'm looking to improve my game a little. Anytime, Barb. Send me an email. I'd be glad to talk to you. Or just I am me. I can walk you through something. If you give me a budget, I know I'll find out for you. Anyway, it's getting to be about that time. It's almost 10 o'clock. Some people are starting to fall off. Are y'all ready to quit?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I've had fun.
Yeah, everybody's saying good night.
Aw, they're going to bed so early. And it's a Saturday night.
Well, we started at 8:30 and it's 10 now. Time flies. Time flies when you're having
Look at my
fun.
granddaughter. She's making face. Oh, look at Scott. Look at Scott. Look. They looking. Look. Ooh. No, leave my glasses alone. Wait, she's getting the earpiece. She wants to tell you something.
It says no. Good night, folks. Good night, Matt. Thanks for coming and joining us. I enjoyed your video, Matt. Those places look like something from Mars or something.
He's in the bush.
I mean, the places that he goes to, I would love to go walking around there with him, especially at night.
Yeah, you'd walk out with one eye like him and one leg.
SoCal's got it going on. He uses his LG G8 cell phone. My son has that cell phone, and yeah, that's perfectly great. There's no reason if you know what you've got, you know how to use it.
It won't stay in the ear.
Use what you got. You can make a lot of things look good. mean, you don't necessarily need all expensive stuff.
She's giving you
All
the
right,
stinky
all right.
eye. She's giving you the stinky eye. Look at Scott. Stick your tongue out.
I see that. All right, fans, for all of us here at Bigfoot Explorer, we have had a great night. Just remember, wrapping up the show, we went over the Squatch maps. Kind of remember what we said. If you know anybody else who's interested, who may be interested in these maps, pass the information along or send them a link to this video once it posts, and let them see it. Or just give them my website. They can go read about it, bigfootexplorer.com. And we may see you next Wednesday. We're trying to get a guest from Gina, Louisiana to come on. Hopefully we'll have it ironed out for this coming Wednesday, okay? So for all of us here at Bigfoot Explorer, Scott, good old Patrico, and Christy Sci-Fi, and Michaela, good night. Good night, and of course, have a pleasant tomorrow. Good night, fans.